Morning all. Well, here I am. I'm going to show you what I'm up to with the new 1/32 scale Hong Kong models Boston that I got sent to have a look at. Let's have a look at it. This kit, I believe, in my opinion, is one of the best kits that ever has come across my desk. And I've built quite a few models. It's just superb. The fit is lovely. It's got a few little fiddly parts that you've got to make sure that you lock in everything. It's quite precise, so you've got to be careful of that. But the fit, the joins, everything about this kit is just lovely. It's got enough detail to keep the modelers happy, but the detailer will probably find more and more things that they can do to add to it. But really, I don't know that there's much more you could do. There's not that much more you can see. But other than that, let's disassemble it and have a look at it. So there's parts of the cockpit. I'll show you more of that in a minute. Rear section. This is all fairly straightforward. The main construction parts are in the gun bay, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is all undercarriage. Now, just a couple of things while we're doing this. We've already painted the wing surfaces, so you can see that the neutral grey and everything else. The beauty of it is the paint we've put on, we've kept that whole Coke bottling or the metal effect in there, so that's come up really good. So you can see the differences between the two. A couple of pieces falling off here, but let's have a look at the rest of it. So I'll take all the fins off because they're just floating around. They're all fairly straightforward. There's no great dramas for them. You don't have to worry about too much. The fabric effect is still coming up really, really well. So that's the fins. As you can see, you can set the angles of the rudders and all the rest of it. Next, what we'll have a look at, I'll take all the ailerons and the flaps and that so we can have a look at that. They're all pretty straightforward. No great dramas. They all just drop in, clip in. They can be adjusted to suit the spots you might want to angle them at. So just really nicely done. The details, again, just superb. So that's all your ailerons and everything else removed. Let's take the wings off. Now this is really, really simple. Push forward, comes off. So inside here, this is all your this is the engine bay, not engine bay, undercarriage bays, things like that. The fit on this, look, it's just drop in. There's no dramas there. Painted all the interior here. I haven't done any washing or any weathering on it yet, so it's still in those stages. What else have we got? This is the undercarriage bay. The detail in this is just superb. Now, if you love doing all that sort of detail work in there, go for it. There's lots in there. A lot of this is already pre-molded into it. That's a separate part. That's a separate part, and that area there is a separate part, and these struts here. But the rest of it is all molded into the kit. So that's one wing. And as you can see, you might be able to see it in the light if I flick it around a little bit. You might be able to see the effect that they've tried to achieve with that. This is the other wing. It's all fairly straightforward. They are handed, so you've got to make sure that you've got all your parts, the right parts in the right spots. So you've got to be careful of that. Now, take the nose off. The detail on the nose is just lovely. The issue I'm having at the moment, they're trying to work out whether they're going to supply a weight set for it or you're going to have to create it. But as I said in earlier stages, you can probably get away with just filling gaps and filling areas. But, so this is the nose. This is the nose. Look at all that. I haven't even put the guns in yet. There's still ammunition boxes, so I'm filling up the ammunition boxes with weights, a few other bits and pieces. You've also got all that detail there. Again, none of this is weathered yet or washed or anything like that. And to be honest, some of it won't, because the realities are a lot of this you won't see. This is part of the tail. That just comes off. I'd say that's designed so that they're going to be able to do other parts in the future, other tail sections. So that's it. Now, as you can see, there is no other tape holding this fuselage together. That's all connected. So you can see that there's the Bombay, and I'll show you that in a minute. There's some other bits and pieces. So it's just a matter of the fit is that good that you just crack it. And there's the interiors. It all just locks in. This is all interior parts. This is your Bombay. And again, it's all clipped in. That's all. This is all structural detail, which I have put in, but again, most of it you're not going to see, so don't worry about it too much. The only issue I'm having directly is these two here. This is, if you have the Bombay doors open, this has to be in, and it's a connected part. Be really, really careful. As you can see, I've already knocked one part off it. So just take your time with it, because it's a bit annoying. Now, you won't be able to see it, but there's a whole volume of stuff that's just inside there, which, to be honest, most of it you can't see, because I've still got to put the 4 bombs in. By the time I put the 4 bombs in, there's going to be very, very little to see. But structurally, you need this in place. It's required. Same with this area. This is where the life raft goes. This area here is hidden by the bottom part of here, but you can paint it up and detail it if that's what you enjoy doing and things like that. So that is a one-piece Bombay unit, forms the whole body of the structure of the aeroplane, and it goes from there. Now, front undercarriage. This is really nicely done. There's a lot of detail in it there, so you can wash it and everything else. There's 2 parts in there I haven't painted yet, so they will be done up shortly, because this all locks together and it takes a bit of fiddling to get it to fit properly through. So just take your time and just take it easy. And as I said, we haven't done, a mate of mine actually helped me do some painting while I was away doing the German trip, but but the rest of it. Now, we've used mostly AK real colour paints on this, which have been going on beautifully. I tried also AK's 3rd generation paints on some of the areas as well. Much of a muchness, not a lot of issues with them. The only thing I have discovered is you really do need to have an undercoat when you're using AK 3rd generation for doing, when you're airbrushing. Hand painting, you don't necessarily need it, but for airbrushing, you do need an undercoat. It helps support the paint. The paint is a bit, it does scratch a little bit if you're not careful. So as you can see, none of that's been really detailed up paint-wise yet. We've still got to paint in all the structures and things like that, so that's all going to happen. But, so that's where we're at with the main structures at the moment, but I'll show you some other bits and pieces. Okay, so this is all the little bits and pieces that we're doing. It's got the engines, of course. This engine is just superb. The detail in it, lots of parts. You've still got to have caps and things like that put on it, so that's really nicely detailed. This is the one where we're just assembling it at the moment, even down to the little hubs and everything else for it. That's still got to be painted. That's grey yet, but we've just given it a bit of a black paint first. These are all the little push rods and stuff like that. So there's the exhaust parts. So we've still got to put a final washers and junk like that on those. So that's pretty good. Undercarriages. These are the fiddliest things out, but they make up beautifully. Structurally, they're quite strong. They're quite hard to do any damage to, but they're very, very nice. So left and right, of course. So you got plenty to, and then these just push on, clip on, and away you go. So they're pretty good. Wheels, the wheels are lovely. Nothing like what happened in the AMT kit with the undercarriage, or the wheels were all lumpy and everything else. This one's got the cover on one side, obviously, and then that's the detail for the interior of the hub. Very, very nice. Just go together beauty. Front wheel, same sort of thing. What else have we got? That's part of the engine bay. These little ones here are all the undercarriage doors. These are a 2-part piece. They have an inner and an outer part to the door. So quite the way, that's how they've got all the detail into it, which is really good. Bombay doors, which I'm going to have open on this one. We've already painted them grey and black. There's some more engine parts. And then this is the gun turret. So that's the turret there, and then that's the seat. And again, it's just simple things of, there it is. Just got to put the guns on shortly, and then we're done. But other than that, guys, that's where we're at the moment. Hopefully in the next week to 2 weeks, a lot of this will be assembled, and we'll start painting the outer body of the aeroplane and everything else. ASK have just announced they're doing the mask set for it, so we should see that shortly. So I would recommend it for it because there's a lot of glass and a lot of little detail parts. But other than that, guys, this is my favourite model. I can't wait to go further on it. Hope you enjoyed it. That's where I'm at the moment.